Hey everybody, it's Will,
And Jen.
and we are going to show you how to make clay figures for your stories for Tell Me the Truth About Racism. We've got our red clay, which is what we always like to use, and the word red is actually connected to the Hebrew root for Adam. So Adamah is, and I'm not a Hebrew expert, but apparently Adamah is something that means the red dirt. And so when in Genesis God creates people, God creates them from the red dirt of the earth, which is why we really like to use the red clay. And if you see here, we've already made a couple. These little figures are currently just the red clay. And that's because in our hearts, we're all the same thing, and we're all beloved children of God. And it's only on the very outsides that we see our different skin colors. And we'll add that skin color at the end of the process once the figures are dry. But for the time being, I thought that I would show you a little bit of how to make some of these figures because it's something that there's a lot of little nuance about it, and I want you to have fun with it because it's so much fun for me to do, and Jen's learning how much fun it is too. There we go. So we've got our red clay, and I keep it in a plastic pouch so that it stays dry. So it stays moist. It dries out pretty quickly. I've got a little lump here. This is made of remnants of my other people, and Jen's got a great little rolling pin. So I'm gonna roll it to about a
Otherwise known as a rhythm stick.
it's perfect. About a quarter of an inch thick. There we go. I think you can still see. There we go. So that's about a quarter of an inch thick. And now I'm going to find a good place to carve a person out of it. We're going to do it like this. So in this particular piece, I'm going to divide it into two pieces like this. You want them to be a little bit rectangular, so a little bit long in the y-axis for any math folks out there. And then I'm going to start to just sort of frame out some of the basic things of my person. And I always sort of discover who this person's going to be as I cut, which is one of the really fun parts about it, because you get to discover, even in your making these things, how unique each person is. You want to do kind of the basic stuff, sort of the 101 version of how this can look. And I'm making just really clear, blocky cuts in the clay.
I think you should put the camera down so it focuses.
I'm gonna pick it up here. Oh yeah, I probably could do that. So here I've just made a bunch of cuts. I'm gonna hold it there for a second so you can see. You can see probably already some legs and some arms and a head. I add shoulders usually so that you can kind of differentiate where the arms stop. And I'm gonna just now pull apart the pieces. Just kind of take them off. So I've cut all the way through. Take out these little wedges, and you'll see what we're left with. Not there yet. So we've got some big arms, which is a common thing that I see from this. So I'm going to now clean up those arms and shape them into things that look a little bit more like hands. Usually you want your arms to be a bit shorter than your legs, otherwise it can look funny. And they can even get away with being quite small. Okay. And also, just to point out, you'll want the person to be a bit longer than they will be in the end. We're aiming for about a height of an inch for our stories. I just find that that's easier than for you to be able to get a bunch of figures into a scene, which is another common challenge. If you have big figures, it can be really challenging to just organize a space. And some of our stories do have quite a few figures. So just notice that I kind of wanted to make the head a bit more in a direction. So now you can see like it's not like this figure is looking right at you. Maybe they're looking to the side. Now I'm going to just use my fingers and start to round off some of these. I'll get nice and close here. Just going to start to round off some of these jagged edges just by, gently squeezing. And so now we've got something that looks a bit more like a normal head. And this arm is still pretty long. One arm is short. And I'm going to lift this arm and maybe have it come out. And this is like the super fun part, is that you can just make these things do and become. This looks like someone's presenting a speech, something like that. I don't know. And now I'm going to squeeze with my finger and thumb. Just give a little bit of a squeeze so that the interior of the body gets hollowed out. And then I'm going to push down so that we make a little bit of a foot, a little bit of a base. So now this person has gotten a little shorter. I'm going to clean up the back where there's some creases from all the moving clay here. And some of the cuts, they make sort of little rough parts. And for the most part, I think, here we have a little person. Nothing particularly, I don't know, artistic, I would say, but expressive. And when you do it over and over again, there he's standing up. Or maybe it's a she, I'm always not sure. Or maybe it's neither. They've been added to our company, and we'll keep making some more.
And don't be discouraged if your people aren't quite as if they don't look quite like Will's, because this is one of mine.
And that's great too,
because not everyone's perfect.
Well, and the fun thing that you can do even with a figure like that, which is wonderful, is that you can bend a head, you can twist a head or an arm, put it a little bit down or something like that, and without doing much of anything.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what Jen comes up with here. Yeah, you can
That?
turn the head, yeah. And all of a sudden you're really giving them 3 dimensions. So we're taking this from a gingerbread person and we're just messing with it, and now all of a sudden it's like a person actually behaving in space. And the gingerbread person works just fine. It's just that it evokes, I think, the particularity and the uniqueness of each individual person that has a lot of character, just like we all do. And so even though we're working with clay and making these figures, we actually can add a lot of humanity into the figures we make, which helps us as storytellers connect into the story that we're telling and really see a person in the things that in the figures, and it'll also help kids get drawn into that as well.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll make some more, and hope you can enjoy making some more too.